107.5 Chicago Talk Radio. Lombard. Real talk in real time.
Yeah, WCTR 107.5. We are here in Rosemont live at the Illinois Media School in the Sportstown Chicago studios. Hello. We are here to welcome Chelandra Foster. I did say that correctly.
Yes, you did.
Chelandra Foster here at the Illinois Media School, one of our wonderful students. Let's give her a round of applause, folks.
Thank you.
We have a studio audience here, a live studio audience to get in the mood here, and we are going over one of our students here. And Chelandra, it's really nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
Thank
Neil.
you. This is going to be a really good probably one of the more powerful radio hours in the history of the world. Like I said, there's only like 46 million people tuning in right now. That's not too bad, right?
No.
Nothing to be anxious about, right? So as I said, we are live here in the Sportstown Chicago studios. You have tuned in WCTR 107.5 Talk Radio with you. I am Neil Fiorito. I did not even introduce myself. And again, we met Chelandra Foster, and it's the Illinois Media School Spotlight. We are shining it bright on Chelandra today. And there's some information we need to get out in the open about you, young lady. You ready?
Yes.
You ready for
Neil?
a couple of questions?
I'm ready.
I would like to know, as our audience would like to know, how you found out about the Illinois Media School and what brought you here to Rosemont.
Great question, Neil.
I'd love a great answer if you can provide it.
Oh, no, I can provide you with plenty of great answers.
Okay.
But honestly,
be honest with us.
Honestly, I wanted a career change. I'm going to just be honest with you.
All right, wait. Before we go any further, can we talk about what your career choice was before you came here? What did you do for a living? Or what do you do for a living, maybe still?
Well, I did customer service for 4 years.
I could see that. You're a sweetheart. You have a really good personality.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I've done it for 4 years. I kind of moved away from that a little bit. I did security for 6 months to
now
almost
that
a year.
I can't see. You're too sweet to be a security officer.
Yeah, I did it.
Were you rough on people? Were you mean when you had to be?
No, I worked at Aldi's. I worked at Aldi's.
I love Aldi. Shout out
to Aldi's.
Love Aldi.
Great brands.
Great brand. And when I was growing up, it was the stock-up store. That's what it was called.
What?
Aldi, the stock-up store. It wasn't.
See, now you're telling your age.
Right. Like we were talking about Atlantic Star earlier, the band, the group from the 80s. The Aldi, I remember when I was growing up, just to sidetrack a little bit here with Aldi, for those of our listeners who used to shop there maybe in the 80s, it wasn't a very clean store. It was a little messy. It was a little, there was a lot of garbage on the floor. There were stuff would spill and be all over the floor for hours at a time because they only had maybe one person working in there. Kind of similar now where it's just a couple people, but they have really changed their products so much, the products they sell and just the way that the store looks. So shout out to Aldi because they've really done a lot to, upgrade their store. And it's really nice to see. And they're one of the stores that people really love to shop at from people I talk to anyway.
Yeah, I love to shop at Aldi's. I'm just, kind of concerned about where I live in the neighborhood I live in because they don't have the Aldi's anymore.
Okay.
So it's like, oh, I really, miss the conveniency of having that.
Yes. So where do you shop now?
Everywhere.
Wherever you can.
Yeah, wherever I can.
You go to the Jewels there over by 79th Street?
Yeah, it's pricey. They're just pricey.
The reason I said that is because, people from Chicago, we say Jewels. We added S to everything.
Everything.
Yeah. Soldiers Field. Sears Towers.
S on everything.
Wait, Aldi's, and it's not Aldi's.
It's Aldi.
It's Aldi, yeah. That's why I broke into the Jewels there. So, okay, so you worked in customer service. You worked in security. What else have you done in your lifetime?
And I've done factory work.
Okay. What kind of what did you do?
I did FedEx. So I did unloading load.
Really?
Here though. I was just So
the FedEx at O'Hare?
Yeah, I was really out this way.
This is your neck of the woods then.
Yeah,
okay.
so this is my neck of the woods.
Okay.
I did that graveyard shift.
Okay.
So
did you enjoy that?
For the money, yes, but not really the time. It was mostly the time.
Overnight's rough. I worked overnights too. It's not an easy shift. My son works overnights too. It's not an easy shift. It takes a while.
My children were
gone, at when they were tucked in and
all day.
Well, because you had to sleep. Yeah. Wow. So how long did you do that for?
Did that for like a couple of months, and then I was just like, I'm done. I really kind of sort of my first time ever having any issues at any job. So, and I knew it was because of my transportation back and forth. I would have to be there at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the buses didn't run, so I would have to catch an Uber or sometimes I didn't have the money to catch the Uber, so I didn't go to work.
Okay.
So it was like, it was a toss up.
It was inconsistent
with that job. I've never been inconsistent with any job but that one.
Well, you have 2 kids. So you decided, I'm getting out of the rat race and I'm going to find me something that I'm very interested in, something I have a passion for. Yes. You chose the Illinois Media School to come and further your education and hopefully get a job out of it. Why did you come to the Illinois Media School? What brought you here? Did you hear an ad about our school? Did you talk to a friend? Did you see it online? Where did that come from?
Well, first, I was doing a third-party online business before I started Illinois Media School.
So your own business?
It was through a third party.
I got you. Okay.
I was doing selling health products.
Okay.
So I actually took the health products, did the exercises, and showed the results. But then I thought about it to myself, I want to do more. So within me transferring and doing that, and I did that for 8 months. And even if I didn't see no productivity or anything like that,
you stayed with it.
I stayed with it for 8 months because I was here. When I finally got here, I told the staff and the instructors what I was basically wanting to do with the rest of my life while I got here. Now, previously, before that, let me backtrack a little bit.
Okay.
I was praying about what I wanted to do while I was still doing my online job. So I was like, okay, what am I going to do? Even if this does or doesn't show revenue, what's the next steps? What's the next plans? So I kept seeing Illinois Media School on social media. I kept seeing, and I'm like, okay, what is this
power of advertising?
The power of advertising. I love it. Yeah. I love it. I love it dearly because it does help.
And it's very real.
Yes, it is. It is. Because consumers buy everything.
And it's cool because you're watching a video of maybe someone talking on a mic or holding a camera in their hand, and that looks like fun, right?
Exactly.
So you saw it advertised on your social media platform where you worked, and that's what kind of put the spark in your step?
Spark in my step. I've called them, and he was like, so
let me guess, you talked to Matthew.
Yes, I did. Okay. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Smooth as silk, Matthew.
I came up here with my boyfriend, and me and my boyfriend came up here, and I wanted him to, come up here with me so I know what the school was about and if it was really for me.
Awesome. That's great. You had support system with you.
I had a support system at that time.
What's his name?
His name is Gerald Jackson.
Gerald, are you still with Gerald?
Yes.
Shout out to you, Gerald.
He's online right now.
Shout out to you, Gerald. That's good that you go with your lady and make sure that no one's trying to screw her around and take her in the wrong direction and lead her down the wrong expressway, as we say in the traffic industry. So good. Shout out to Gerald. Thank you. So you came to the school, met with Matthew, heard that smooth, silky voice, and you were like, oh, yeah, if I could come here and get a voice like that, I'm going to go to the Illinois Media School. Right.
I didn't know what I was getting myself into when I first enrolled, but as I started seeing how everything was going, everything just fell into place.
Awesome. I mean, this is the entertainment industry, Chelandra. So, right, you have the personality that I see to be an entertainer. You know what? And if you decide you want to do behind the scenes stuff, that's okay because you're learning that as well. Right?
I mean, I want to do both, but I really want to honestly get more of the business aspect more than just me being out there. Yes, I want to be famous, but I don't have to. I want to have other people get their name out there. If I'm doing this, what I'm doing for my business and I'm getting my name out there, I want to
share
with others.
Spread the wealth.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, I agree.
We got to build for each other. It's a lot going on in this world, so we need to help each other. Start helping each other.
I like that. That's really nice, that the way you just put that. So you've been enrolled here for how long? How long have you been in Illinois Media School? When did you start?
Since September, actually. So I'll be graduating soon.
Yeah, you're right around the corner. Do you have any job opportunities that have come your way, like over the last couple of months yet, or is it too early?
I got a couple of them.
You got some sticks in the fire, as we say.
I'm not really too much, I'm just trying to see how it's gonna work.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, between time, I'm definitely pushing forward and finding other new opportunities, in other leadways as well.
Awesome. Well, again, the instructors here obviously are in the industry.
Yes, they are.
And if you come into this program and you prove yourself and you show that you're interested and you have personality and you have a good rapport with your instructors and just everyone in general around the school, of course, we're going to want to help you.
Of course.
If you're coming to class on time, if you're staying later, if you're working on projects and you're putting a lot of emotion into your projects and a lot of love and passion into your projects. Obviously, we can all see that. Mm-hmm. So, of course, we want to help you in your career because you're the next generation of people coming through the door, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, stay with the people here at the Illinois Media School, not only the instructors, but Tone over here or any of our other students around here. I stress this to everybody that I talk to. You want to make sure you connect with all the people here at the school because you never know where people are going to wind up. You never know where Tone here, might be getting a job as a program director at a radio station nearby and looking for talent on the air. And he had a good rapport with you and you send him a demo like, hey, Tone, remember me? We went to IMS, 5 years ago. I'm here for a job, right? That's how it works. Let's face it. That's life. That's real life.
That is real life. As long as you know someone who could know someone.
And you have to be good at what you do.
Exactly.
I mean, we can plant the seed. I can go to my boss and say, hey, Chelandra was one of my students at the Illinois Media School. She just put an application for an assistant producer job. I highly recommend her. Maybe you can interview her and give her a chance. That's all I can do.
Right. Exactly.
I can't hire you.
Oh, of course.
But I can put in a good word for you. And chances are they'd rather go with that good word and than someone just off the street. Maybe they don't know. You know what I mean? So, yeah, a lot of it is who you know in this industry and a lot of industry.
Oh, of course.
So,
of course.
And I will also have you know that I graduated from this program in 1996 at the Illinois Media School. At the time was the Illinois Center for Broadcasting. So I, too, am a student of this school as well. So you're learning from not only a pro that's been in the industry for 33 years now, but someone who actually graduated from the program. So I know what it's about. I know what it's like going through the radio and TV, but you're learning so many you're learning so much more today than I was in the mid 90s, right? We basically at that time you were learning TV and radio, and that was it. And you're learning so many different things now, right? Yes. Production and the online stuff, the different, the platforms, different platforms that you can go on today and digital stuff, right? There's so much more you can learn about today and possibly, pursue down the road. The more you know, the better, right?
Exactly.
So the power of advertising brought you here. Let me ask you this, Chelandra, what are you learning right now at the school? What are you working on?
I'm kind of keeping that a little bit close.
No, you can still. What are you working on with the instructor? Like, what are we teaching you right now?
Oh, but right now we're doing.
What are you doing in class? Okay, editing. Like audio editing or video editing?
Video editing.
Okay.
So, because I'm doing directing, music videos, podcasting, and commercials.
Okay, so you're learning the video part of it right now. What do you think about that? Do you like it?
I love it.
Okay.
I'm just working on the editing part. So the editing.
It's not easy.
It's not. No, it's not easy at all. My instructor just said last night, just said a couple of hours ago, so when you come in tomorrow, we're starting on this video and we're editing it. So he really is profounding on us.
He's saying on you.
Editing,
Well, and here's the thing about it. Chelandra, like with anything we do in life, tying our shoe, riding a bike, driving a car, it takes reps, it takes time, and you're going to get it. And if you have a passion for it, take a guitar player from a rock band, right? They start playing a guitar at 9 years old, start joining bands at 11, 12, 15, 16. Before you know it, they're in one of the biggest bands in the world. They stay with it. That's all they do is play that guitar. You know what I mean? So that you just keep at it. You keep what you're learning right now, keep practicing it. And where can I maybe see you? Where do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years? Where do you ultimately want to be in the next 3 to 5 years? From our program, like, where do you see yourself?
I do see myself either teaching, maybe here at IMS teaching, maybe.
Good. Okay, cool.
Or
do you like the behind the scenes more than the front of the house stuff? Or do you like being in front of the mic?
I like both.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I like both. I do like sometimes being in secluded spaces, because I just feel like sometimes you can clear your thoughts.
Sometimes you just want to be left alone, right, Chelandra?
Thank you.
Get that microphone out of my face. Get that camera out of my mug.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Well, and that's okay, because again, you're learning both sides of it, and you can take this wherever you want to go. And you know what? You might even decide right now that you're liking something a little bit more than something else. And then in the next several months, you decide, you like that thing better than you like the other thing that was so important to you, right? Well, it's good that you're learning a lot here. The Illinois Media School, where you're shining the spotlight bright tonight on Chelandra Foster. We are live here in the Sportstown Chicago studios. You're tuned into WCTR Sportstown, baby. All right. WCTR 107.5 Talk Radio with you. I'm Neil Fiorito. Coming up next, Chelandra wants to talk about some flicks, man, some movies.
Yes,
you're into movies, right?
Yes.
And one of your favorite movies stars a legendary actress by the name of Angie Harmon. Yes. We're going to talk about that movie. And one of my favorite movies stars Molly Ringwald. You may remember her. She has red hair, and she was very popular like in the 1980s. Okay. So it's WCTR 107.5. We are going to be talking movies with next for Neil and Chelandra. We will be right back.
This is your home for sports. SportsTownChicago.com.
Joe's Hot Dogs has been around since 1953, but I promise it's not old news. You don't have to like hot dogs to like Joe's on Plainfield Road in Joliet. Italian beef, hot dogs, shakes, and sides. My family's had a relationship with Joe's Hot Dogs for 3 generations. Golden fries with a tad bit of salt and the perfect amount of crunch come in a bag as big as your hand. And that's just a small. For more on the menu, visit joeshotdogsjoliet.com, bringing that classic Chicago flavor to the suburbs. That's Joe's Hot Dogs across from CVS on Plainfield Road in Joliet.
At the football game, Jim shows the telltale signs of being wasted. He starts flexing for the camera. He refers to his muscles as gunboats. He screams, "How's this for a halftime show?" Jim streaks the field.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many to drive. But what if you've had just one too many to drive? Never underestimate just a few. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, the Ad Council, and this station.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and Windy City News Radio.
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting is now the Illinois Media School. We've been an institution in the Chicagoland area now for 30 years. Because the broadcasting world is always changing, so are we. Not only are we teaching radio and television production, but now you can learn all aspects of the media industry, like web design. You can even specialize in TV or film, sports broadcasting, and even sales. No matter where you are in the Chicagoland area, we have a campus near you. The Illinois Media School. Be on TV, be on radio, beonair.com.
Maybe that was money. Tell me that wasn't money.
Yo, check us out. We are the go-to guys. I'm your boy Space.
I'm your boy MC.
Check us out every Thursday
from 4 to 5 p.m.
We spitting all facts, all sports, all day.
Yes, sir. Who else you going to go to in the clutch?
Lillard, long range
Lines 3. And it's good! Keeping you up to date with all the latest sports news.
We are
the go-to guys.
Where else you gonna get all your sports news from?
You know.
SportsTownChicago.com.
From
I have a dream.
to
Yes, we can.
celebrating those that continue to inspire this Black History Month.
Those who tell us that we can't, we will respond with yes, we can. SportsTownChicago.com.
Take that exit and get to the Southern Cafe, home of the Nasty Biscuit on Roselle Road in Roselle. Get over there and try the chicken fried chicken biscuit made with the Southern Cafe's house-made drop biscuit with buttermilk chicken fried chicken smothered in country gravy, topped with shredded cheddar and crumbled hickory smoked bacon. I always say that when you go to the Southern Cafe, you come out with 2 meals with the heaping amounts of food they serve you in every meal. I love to go to a place with outdoor seating. The Southern Cafe has a great outdoor seating area to help social distance, and I get to enjoy my breakfast outdoors. Open 6:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. to give you plenty of time to grab an amazing breakfast or lunch. Now get your butt over to the Southern Cafe on Roselle Road.
Hello?
It's speed walking day.
Dorothy? You're breaking up.
Did I mention we'd be slowing down when we pass the court where those fine brothers play ball?
I heard that.
Reduce your risk of cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. Get active, eat right, and maybe even run into Mr. Right. Isn't sisterhood beautiful? For more information, go to everydaychoices.org. Brought to you by the American Cancer Society, the American Diabetes Association, the American Heart Association, the Ad Council, and this station.
Alert! Alert! Be gone, maxed out credit cards, overdue loans, suffocating interest rates, and relentless collection agencies. If your credit rating is making you and others around you cringe, there's only one thing to do, and that's to turn to the professionals at Creative Credit Solutions. Even if your credit is less than perfect, we'll help you get back on track. You can do it, and we can help. Call today or visit creativecreditsolutions.net for your free credit check report.
Blow the whistle on SportsTownChicago.com. Mondays and Fridays from 2 to 3 p.m. as we talk NFL.
The game plan was really sound.
It's a quarterback league. It has been. It still is.
Franchise-defining quarterbacks.
College football.
Will Jim Harbaugh make it through the season as Michigan's head coach?
Some more Big Ten talk.
And here's some things you wouldn't expect.
I would have never expected that.
Get all of that and more on Blow the Whistle on SportsTownChicago.com.
You're listening to Chicago's all news station. Real talk in real time. It's 107.5 WCTR, Chicago Talk Radio.
You got that right. We are live here in the Sportstown Chicago studios. Yeah. What about these studios? Look at all this beautiful stuff on the wall. We have Sox flags. Yes. We got a picture of Coach Ditka up there. We got Walter Payton's football jersey. We got some pennants of the Bears, the Blackhawks, the Cubbies. This is a wonderful place to spend our time. And again, we are live here, 107.5 WCTR Talk Radio with you. I'm Neil Fiorito. That is Chelandra Foster. Hey, girl.
Hi.
So we promised our fans when we returned that we would be talking about movies. And we were talking before the show because obviously you love watching movies.
Yes.
You watch a lot of movies. And I said, all right, Chelandra, here's what I want to ask you. Give me one of your favorite movies of all time, because if you ask 10 different people, you're going to have 10 probably completely different answers.
Of course.
And I would have never pegged you to like this movie that we are going to talk about. One of the first movies that we wanted to talk about here with you, one of your favorite movies of all time is called Glass House. Mm-hmm. And it's a Lifetime movie.
Yes.
Which is one of the chick channels, right?
Yes.
Lifetime.
I love Lifetime.
It's a 2006 video about a couple who adopt 2 orphan siblings and discover that they are not who they seem. And this is with Angie Harmon. All right, so give us a little synopsis about the film. What is the film like? What is it's obviously about adoption.
Adoption, yes.
And they bring in 2 siblings who are they like turn out to be like devil kids. Like what happens? I've never seen this.
No, the kids wasn't the problem. It was the adults. It was the adults that was the problem. The kids were trying to figure out what was going on because once again they're adopted.
Okay.
So they in this glass house, this beautiful big house, and it's all glass.
That's a really good song by the Temptations, by the way. You want me to go really back old school?
Yes.
Living in a Glass House, Temptations. Look it up. Okay. Go ahead. They might even play the song during the movie. Do you know? Do you know if they played a song?
I'm not sure.
Glass House? Now I have to look up the soundtrack, but we'll do that later. We'll do that later because that made me think of Glass House right away. But okay, you were saying about the adults.
Yeah, the adults were like really strange. The kids were trying, just walking around the house. They would tell them like, oh, it's, this is your house, be comfortable.
Was Angie Harmon the mom? Angie Harmon Harmon the mom, do you remember?
She was the sister of the little boy.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So kind of talk about what the plot is like. What happens with this film?
Well, in the plot of the story, just to sum up, was basically like the adopted parents really wanted to kill the kids.
Really? This sounds a little deep for me.
Yeah. And it's for it to be PG-13.
Wow.
And a mystery and thrillers. Yeah.
Well, here's what I'm reading here. Yeah, the plot, Eve and Raymond Good adopt Abby and Ethan Snow after losing their son David in an accident.
Yep.
Which is sad. The
so
siblings
they wanted to replace
the one they lost.
Mhm.
The siblings move into the mansion, the glass house. Don't you throw no stones, but discover that the Goods are not who they seem. Abby discovers that Eve is poisoning Ethan. Oh boy, some poisoning going on.
Yeah, so
in here?
the poison. Yeah, that's what I said. It was really bad.
And Abby tries to contact their friend Detective Ben Kutch, but realizes that she and Ethan are trapped in the house. So the kids are, how old are these children that were adopted? If you had to guesstimate, how old were they?
They were young. So one of them had to be like in high school,
Okay.
and the other one had to be like maybe eighth grade.
So this is a thriller.
Yeah.
Not like Michael Jackson Thriller.
No. It's it's a mystery and a thriller.
I should probably watch this.
It's good.
Where can I find it? Is it on Tubi? I know you love Tubi.
Actually, no.
Oh,
you
it's on the
can't-
Lifetime channel. Is it?
Yeah, it's on the Lifetime channel, and you really can't find it not unless it's like you said, on the Lifetime.
Like a repeat or
Yeah.
something? Well, will people make fun of me if I start watching Lifetime because I'm a dude?
No, it's
All
good.
right.
I mean,
Okay.
it just tells you about different things.
It's got a good cast. I'm looking
Yeah.
at the cast here. I love Angie Harmon.
I do too.
Yeah, she's really good.
She is really good.
So this movie, is it one of those like surprise endings that you don't see coming?
Yeah, because you would think that the kids would be dead by now.
Mhm.
No, actually
Don't tell us now. Don't ruin it. Tone and I are we're gonna sit down with some popcorn and some wings and watch some Lifetime. Me and Tone over here. Tone's like, you can get me anywhere near that channel.
The father was, but I can say the father was definitely abusive to his step daughter.
Okay, now
Adopted daughter.
is it a sad ending or is it a happy ending?
It's a happy ending. They ended up both living.
Okay, all right. So
But
this
the
is
parents, no.
It sounds like a really good premise because you
Yeah.
would think when I first started reading up on the film, because obviously I've never seen it, I was thinking at first that maybe the kids that they were bringing in were like bad kids,
Mhm.
but it turns out the parents are actually bad.
Mhm.
Interesting. All right, Glass House. Can you give me another one off the top of your head? One of your favorite movies? Next to Glass House?
We're going to take it back. I'm gonna do a kids show, so I'm gonna definitely go for Lion King. I'm gonna definitely go for Lion King.
Oh,
since
is
we
that
have that
such a
conversation, I'm gonna
good
definitely go for Lion
movie?
King.
Lion King is so wonderful.
I love Lion King.
Have you seen the movie yet? The movie?
The Mufasa movie?
Yeah.
No, I've been
Okay.
wanting to see it though.
I haven't seen it either. Did James Earl Jones do the voice of that character? Do you know?
I don't think no.
Because I
No.
know he passed, but I,
I know
don't
he
remember
passed.
the
No, he
timing
didn't
of-
do it. I think somebody else did it, but Blue Ivy did do Nala, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, this is something. Is that on Disney Channel? Mufasa's got to be, right?
Yeah, that's on Disney Plus.
I've never, yeah, Disney Plus. Yeah, the old school with the
Old
Disney
school.
Channel.
Yeah, the Disney
Disney
Channel.
Plus. Okay, that
Mhm.
is definitely because the, the original Lion King, the Disney movie, fantastic.
It's fantastic.
right?
You can't recreate nothing else like that.
One of my favorite songs of all time is, well, "Can You Feel the Love Tonight" by Elton John. Which which was played. We had that was played at my wife and our wedding, me and April's wedding, and I love "Circle of Life." I get such a feeling when I hear that song. It's just I don't know, something about Elton John's voice in that song. Now I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about that. In a circle, right?
But since
Circle
you
of
wanna-
life.
since you want to add in soundtracks.
Oh yeah, where are we going next? Because The Lion King does have a great soundtrack,
Right,
but it's
it
a great
does.
movie. Yes,
It does. And since we're talking about that,
everyone's seen The
movies-
Lion King, right? Right, Tone? All right, Tone's seen The Lion King.
And since you're talking about soundtracks and movies, we got to talk about Tarzan because Phil Collins did his thing.
Yeah,
Did his thing.
Phil Collins is one of my favorites, and it's so sad to see him now because he's not even able to perform anymore.
I know.
He ruined himself playing drums.
Oh.
He basically killed his. And he's got a lot going on, a lot of health issues in that, but it's so sad to see where he's at. But what's this? Is it Here to My Heart? No, You'll Be in My Heart.
You'll Be in My Heart. He
From
did
Tarzan.
he did a couple of songs. I actually kind of wrote something down about him because I'm like, okay, I know we were talking about movies and stuff like that.
I've never seen Tarzan.
Oh
I've
my
seen the
God.
old school one, like from the 60s or whatever year that was.
Yeah, he definitely did the whole soundtrack in 1999.
Yeah, that's a really good song. You'll Be in My Heart. Nick, thanks for stopping.
Yes.
Nick Stevenson, ladies and gentlemen.
Son of Man, Two Worlds.
Oh, I forgot about those songs.
You-
Bye, Nick. Thanks for stopping. See, that's what I love about our show. People walk in
People
and
come
out,
in.
and that's okay. That's cool. You know
and
what
I
I
love
mean?
it though.
I do too. And it keeps us on our toes, right?
Yes, it does.
All right. So Tarzan.
So yeah, it's Two Worlds is one of them. Son of Man.
Yes, I forgot about that
And
song.
Strangers Like Me.
Wow.
Yes.
I buy vinyl a lot now. I'm a big vinyl guy again, so I probably have to try and find that and The Lion King on vinyl, right? That would be really be something. So you like the Disney movies a lot?
Yeah, I do.
Are you into do you watch a lot of Disney Plus?
I used to with my children.
Okay. Because like all the Star Wars movies are there too, right?
I love Star Wars.
Are you a Star Wars fan?
I love Star Wars. I can't say that. I just don't want to sit in the movies for 3 hours.
I understand. Because
Because I use the bathroom, then I'm gonna miss something, and I'm gonna just be upset. And
Right.
I know Star Wars, you have to sit there
Yeah.
and watch.
Well, and you spent all that money on a ticket, right? And then you missed
and
out
popcorn
on stuff.
and this other stuff.
Yeah, everything that goes with the experience of a movie, right?
Right.
So I can tell you a couple of my favorite movies, and I'm really interested to see. Before we came into this, we talked about the fact that we were going to talk about a movie that I love with Molly Ringwald. Do you even know who Molly Ringwald is?
No, who is that?
You don't know who Molly Ringwald is? Google it. Google her when you get a chance. Let's see if you've ever seen. This is one of my favorite movies of all time with Molly Ringwald and several other stars. It's a movie that I can pretty much recite from the beginning. Molly Ringwald.
Oh, her.
Yes.
Okay. See. Okay, let me tell y'all this right now.
Tell me
For
about it.
disclosure, I don't want nobody to get upset. Some artists, some actresses, some artists'
You
names.
can't picture the face and the name.
Yeah.
But you know her now, right?
Yeah, I know her. I didn't know her name was Molly though.
Yeah, Molly Ringwald, and one of my favorite movies of all time. And I'm interested to see if you guys, I know Tones probably watch this, but I'm really interested to see if young Chelandra has seen The Breakfast Club.
Yes, I have seen.
You've seen The Breakfast Club. Did you like it?
Yes, I do.
Okay, Tone, you like that one, right? You love The Breakfast Club, right?
Yeah.
Tone says he loves The Breakfast Club. Yeah, I think I've seen it like 500 times.
Yeah, I've definitely seen it.
And I've introduced my kids to it. My wife and I still watch it every now and then. One of my favorite movies of all time. Molly Ringwald, of course, Anthony Michael Hall, Judd Nelson, Emilio Estevez, Ali Sheedy, right? So I'm about the kids that spend their day in detention on a Saturday, right?
Mhm.
So The Breakfast Club, one of my favorite movies of all time that I could still watch over and over again. There is a scene in the movie where it gets a little corny and boring when they're in the library kind of
Mhm.
spilling their guts about each other. That I can kind of maybe edit out. Maybe we can make a version just for me and you guys can edit that out for me and I could just watch the movie over and over again. So The Breakfast Club, one of my favorite movies because it was, one of those coming of age films you can all relate to. And I was younger at that time, obviously, an 80s kid. Another one of my favorite movies from that time, a little bit earlier than that. I'm curious to see if you've seen this movie. Have you ever seen The Outsiders before?
Once.
Okay, it's a lot of young stars, up and coming. Rob Lowe, Patrick Swayze, up and coming stars, right? You've seen it too, Tone? Outsiders, one of my favorite Stevie Wonder songs in the movie, Stay Gold. Stay Gold, Pony Boy. Yep. Outsiders, another one of my favorite movies. A little bit later, it's one of the best movies I've seen that made me laugh out loud a number of times and still does. There's Something About Mary. Have we seen that? Something About Mary. Chelandra, have you watched There's Something About Mary?
Yes, once.
Did it make you laugh?
Somewhat. I do have a lot of dry humor, so yeah.
I want you to watch it again. What about the movies that star Rocky Balboa? You watching the movie? So Rocky movies, I can watch.
I do love Rocky movies.
Do you like the Rocky movies?
Yes.
The last one, 5 or 6 or 100 or wherever they're at now.
This last Rocky movie.
He's coming out with a 7th?
Yeah.
Tone just told me a 7th.
That.
Who's he fighting now? Someone in a wheelchair? Or is he training again? He's training a young female fighter. I didn't know that.
That's interesting.
That is very interesting. Well, I've seen the ones later, the Creed movies too, which are very good.
Right.
I love what's the lead in Michael? I forget his name. The guy that starts as Apollo's son.
Oh, Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, he's great.
Oh, I love him
he's
too.
Wonderful. And then of course the one with the Russian and his son fighting Apollo's son. That was great. Rocky 5, I could do without. That's one that he starred in with Tommy Morrison, who was a real fighter.
So
that was Rocky 4, though. I love with the Russian. That's my favorite.
Oh yeah, with the Russian was good.
That's my favorite
that
of
was
all
good.
of them. I also put in here one of my favorite movies. My wife and I saw it at the theater twice, and we never really went to the theater much. Titanic.
Oh, I love that.
It's a great movie, right?
It's a great movie.
Really
about
good.
a forbidden love
story,
forbidden love. Couldn't be with her. You couldn't be with her.
But then the second part, it was, and the second part, the part that everybody kind of knows about is when the ship hits the iceberg, right? And it's all downhill from there. So
and say I'm with you after that. That's what I'm told. That's real love, right?
Near,
there.
far, wherever you are, right? Little Celine Dion.
Yes.
And I know that my heart will go on.
And then Celine Dion did her song.
Such a wonderful song.
Such a wonderful song.
And such a good movie. So I'm glad that we were able to talk movies because this is exciting. This gets a lot off my chest, and I'm kind of surprised because you're younger.
Yes.
You knew the movies I was talking about.
Yes.
Old man Tone over here, you knew those movies.
Of course, you know. See,
how old are you, Tone? I'm 53, so we're about the same age.
And I will be 30 this
don't
year.
tell me. I was going to say you were 28.
Close.
You're going to be 30. Okay, very good.
So I know a little bit about some old school music.
Can you give us a quick Rocky Balboa impersonation? You know how to talk like Rocky?
Actually, I'm not a good impersonator.
Let me just teach you. Absolutely. Instead of saying, you have to say, "Hey, you absolutely."
Hey, you, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that was so good. Man, you sounded just like Sly.
Yeah.
Adrian. All right, so we talked movies.
Yes.
We got to know a little bit about Chelandra Foster, who is our guest here at the Illinois Media School, one of our famous students here, live in the Sports Town Chicago studios, WCTR. It's 107.5. It's Talk Radio with you. I'm Neil Fiorito, and coming up next, something we can all relate to.
We all can.
Music. Something we can all relate to, and I want to know your favorite music group or artist of all time, and you're going to find out mine, and you might be surprised by mine. All right, we're going to talk about that next here. Don't go away. It's WCTR 107.5.
This is your home for sports. Sports Town Chicago.
Oh, no, that was a little bit better. That was a little
Joe's
bit better.
Hot Dogs has been around since
The
1953.
introduction really
but
kind of
I promise
helped.
it's not old news.
break
You don't
me
have
out.
to like hot dogs to like Joe's on Plainfield Road in Joliet. Italian beef, hot dogs, shakes and sides. My family's had a relationship with Joe's Hot Dogs for 3 generations. Golden fries with a tad bit of salt and the perfect amount of crunch come in a bag as big as your hand. And that's just small. For more on the menu, visit joeshotdogsjoliet.com. Bringing that classic Chicago flavor to the suburbs. That's Joe's Hot Dogs across from CVS on Plainfield Road in Joliet.
At the football game, Jim shows the telltale signs of being wasted. He starts flexing for the camera. He refers to his muscles as gunboats. He screams, "How's this for a halftime show?" Jim streaks the field.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many to drive. But what if you've had just one too many to drive? Never underestimate just a few. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, the Ad Council, and this station.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and Windy City News Radio.
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting is now the Illinois Media School. We've been an institution in the Chicagoland area now for 30 years. Because the broadcasting world is always changing, so are we. Not only are we teaching radio and television production, but now you can learn all aspects of the media industry, like web design. You can even specialize in TV or film, sports broadcasting, and even sales. No matter where you are in the Chicagoland area, we have a campus near you. The Illinois Media School. Be on TV, be on radio, beonair.com.
Maybe that was money. Tell me that wasn't money.
Yo, check us out. We are the go-to guys. I'm your boy Space.
I'm your boy MC.
Check us out every Thursday
from 4 to 5 p.m.
We spitting all facts, all sports, all day.
Yes, sir. Who else you gonna go to in the clutch?
Lillard, long range three. And it's good!
Keeping you up to date with all the latest sports news.
We are
the go-to guys.
Where else you gonna get all your sports news from?
You know,
SportsTownChicago.com.
From
I have a dream.
To
yes, we can.
Celebrating those that continue to inspire this Black History Month.
Those who tell us that we can't, we will respond with yes, we can.
SportsTownChicago.com. Take that exit and get to the Southern Cafe, home of the Nasty Biscuit on Roselle Road in Roselle. Get over there and try the chicken fried chicken biscuit made with the Southern Cafe's house-made drop biscuit with buttermilk chicken fried chicken smothered in country gravy, topped with shredded cheddar and crumbled hickory smoked bacon. I always say that when you go to the Southern Cafe, you come out with 2 meals with the heaping amounts of food they serve you in every meal. I love to go to a place with outdoor seating. The Southern Cafe has a great outdoor seating area to help social distance, and I get to enjoy my breakfast outdoors. Open 6:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. to give you plenty of time to grab an amazing breakfast or lunch. Now get your butt over to the Southern Cafe on Roselle Road.
Hello?
It's speed walking day.
Dorothy? You're breaking up.
Did I mention we'd be slowing down when we pass the court where those fun brothers play ball?
I heard that.
Reduce your risk of cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. Get active, eat right, and maybe even run into Mr. Right. Isn't sisterhood beautiful? For more information, go to everydaychoices.org. Brought to you by the American Cancer Society, the American Diabetes Association, the American Heart Association, the Ad Council, and this station.
Alert! Alert! Be gone, maxed out credit cards, overdue loans, suffocating interest rates, and relentless collection agencies. If your credit rating is making you and others around you cringe, there's only one thing to do, and that's to turn to the professionals at Creative Credit Solutions. Even if your credit is less than perfect, we'll help you get back on track. You can do it, and we can help. Call today or visit creativecreditsolutions.net for your free credit check report.
Blow the whistle on SportsTownChicago.com. Mondays and Fridays from 2 to 3 p.m. as we talk NFL.
The game plan was really sound.
In the quarterback league. It has been. It still is.
Franchise-defining quarterbacks.
College football.
Will Jim Harbaugh make it through the season as Michigan's head coach?
Some more Big Ten talk.
And here's some things you wouldn't expect.
I would have never expected that.
Get all of that and more on Blow the Whistle on SportsTownChicago.com.
News station. Real talk in real time. It's 107.5 WCTR, Chicago Talk Radio.
In the Sportstown Chicago studios, you got that right. WCTR 107.5. Evening. I'm Neil Fiorito. My friend here, Chelandra Foster. We're shining the spotlight bright on her today here from the Illinois Media School. One of our students who's graduating when again?
Hopefully in June.
What do you mean, hopefully? What is this hopefully stuff? You're going to graduate, hopefully.
Yes, I know I am.
All right, then. All right. So, again, WCTR 107.5 is where it's at. Live here in the Sportstown Chicago studios. You can watch this on YouTube, and you can break it down and have some fun with us.
Yes,
we covered a lot with music or movies.
Movies and music, yeah.
Which and it's funny because off the air, you told me you love Tubi.
Yeah.
You like the independent films.
Yes.
which is cool because a lot of our instructors here and a lot of our students here participate in a lot of independent films. So you can watch a lot of your instructors and your fellow students in their work, which is great. You're supporting your people.
Yes.
You're supporting your kind, which is great.
You're supposed to.
Yes, that's how we roll here.
Yes, we do.
So Chelandra, we are here to talk music.
Yes.
And this is kind of exciting for me because I don't know you that well. So I'm trying to think, what would she be into? Like, what bands would she be into? What artists would she like? Who is she listening to on her playlist every day or on the radio every day? So if I asked Chelandra Foster, who is your favorite? We're not going to go group yet or band, but give me one of the artists that you love that you can listen to over and over again. Someone who really inspired you and got you into music. Who is your number one artist? Or give me one of your number one artists. Who do you love? Are you going to say Taylor Swift right now?
Oh no.
All right, you're not a Swiftie.
No.
Not a Swiftie.
I want to say something before I get to that.
Yes.
I want to say that
This is your show.
I'm a very cultural person.
Okay.
So I listen to a lot of different music.
I like that. Me too.
So I can do jazz. I can listen because I've was in school at one point where I was in a band. So we did jazz. My teacher was a jazz professor. So he will always have his sax or stuff like that. So since that was the case, I got a little bit into jazz. I got a little bit into rock, a little bit into pop and R&B. But my favorite all-time person, I will let you know now, is Chris Brown. Regardless of what he does, he just has great artistry. You know, his art, his music, his lyrics.
He makes you feel good.
Yeah, just, to get up and dance.
Yeah. Oh, well, the big song that he did on YouTube, right? That's played. What's the song? Forever.
Forever, yes.
That's really all I know from him.
And then he got residual.
I can't even say that word. I work in traffic. When we talk about residual delay, I just said it. I don't know how I said it. When we talk about delays that haven't gone away yet, I don't even say the word residual because I'm afraid I'm going to I'm afraid to say the word.
You sound like me.
But right now I'm not. Residual. You just got me out of my funk. Okay, so residual. What's the name of the song?
It's called Residual. That's something new that he just came out with.
Okay.
But like I said, I just really just like his artistry, his music.
He is good.
It's just
I've seen him perform too. He's really, really good.
And that's what I need to go see him perform.
Yeah.
I need to go see him perform.
So Chris Brown, what about older school like Michael Jackson, like Mike?
Yes.
I have a Michael Jackson joke.
What?
Why did Billie Jean tell Michael Jackson to beat it?
Why?
He didn't thrill her.
That's funny.
Oh man, that was one of the best jokes I've ever heard. That's the total dad joke right there, by the way. Right? Incorporated 3 songs.
If y'all
in that one little
snooze, you
joke.
didn't know what it was.
Yeah. Anywho, so you a big fan of Mike?
Yes, I love Michael. I do love him for many different reasons. My dad actually got me into Michael Jackson.
Good.
Because I really realized what Michael Jackson actually was saying in his music.
Mm-hmm.
And he was helping us as people of this world to come together. We have to understand what our society is teaching us.
We're talking about the man in the mirror, right?
Exactly.
We're asking him to change his ways.
Exactly.
Yeah. I like that. That's good. Your dad, how old's your dad?
He is I'm telling his age. He is 58.
All right. Well, I'm 53. So I'm like your dad's age. He's a little bit older than me.
Yeah.
Got a couple 2-3 years on me. That's not bad.
Yeah.
So Michael Jackson. All right. Give me, we talked about Chris Brown. You love Chris Brown. You love Michael. Give me one of your favorite groups or a band.
Ooh, let's see.
Whether it's rock, rap, country, rockabilly, polka, whatever it is, you don't have to be ashamed. You can tell us right here on these airwaves what music, like what band do you like? What band can you listen to if you were stuck on a deserted island and you had to listen to this band over and over again? Who would it be?
It would be some little kids like, One Direction or something like that.
Oh, yeah. One of the young kids just died from that band, too. Yeah, One Direction. What about like Backstreet Boys or NSYNC?
Yeah, and Backstreet Boys. Yeah, NSYNC, stuff like that. Yeah, because I used to listen, especially NSYNC and Backstreet Boys.
They were good.
Let me tell you, I used to have a little radio player back in the day and thought I was one of them and used to have a.
Yeah, you're showing your age now, Granny. Yeah. So, okay. Now, before that time, the original boy bands, right? Like the Beatles. I mean,
Beatles, of course.
But the boy bands I grew up with, I love NSYNC. Backstreet Boys are my favorite out of the newer
yes.
bands. I was a big New Kids on the Block guy. I still am. I like the New Kids on the Block music. If you haven't heard, you know who they are.
Yeah.
Boys to Men, which were early on. New Edition, who I loved. So a lot of groups like that I love as well. So that's good. That's impressive. I like that. Good. You like the boy bands?
Of course.
Backstreet's back. All right. Give me like how about you said you liked rock? I'm a big rock guy.
I am too.
Are there certain bands that you're into or certain artists that you're into?
When it comes down to rock, no, when it comes down to that, I just like all the rock music itself.
Are you into guitars and like loud guitars and drums?
Yes, I love guitars. I love drums. My brother actually plays guitar. I've been around a lot of musicians. So
cool.
I kind of, picked up on a sound for music and a sound for ear.
Awesome. All right. Who's my favorite band? Can you take a guess who my favorite band is?
What, the Gap Band?
I love the Gap
Band.
See?
You
dropped the bomb, baby. You dropped the bomb. That was a stab. She stabbed me right now. You know that. She's talking about my age. She totally just stabbed me in front of all these millions of people that are tuning into WCTR 107.5 in the Sports Sound Chicago studios. That was a low blow. The Gap Band.
Hey.
I do like the Gap Band. Yes, as a matter of fact. What?
My parents love the Gap Band.
That's our time. Okay. I'm going to give you a couple of my favorites. Here, I'm going to give you a hint. Let me see if you know the lyrics of this song I'm about to throw down. Okay. You ready?
Yes.
I'm going to give you a couple lyrics and you tell me who the band is. Ready?
Okay.
End of passion play, crumbling away. I'm your source of self-destruction. No?
No.
Okay. How about this line? Come crawling faster. Obey your master. Your life burns faster. Obey your master. Master of puppets is a pulling your strings. That's Metallica. Metallica is one of my favorite bands of all time since I was 14 years old. Still.
Wow.
I still see them every time they're here. I brought my son to his first Metallica show back in August.
I have to get up with that.
Metallica's, I grew up with them and I just took a liking to them early on. So Metallica is still probably my favorite band. There's a local band who have been around for a while now and are still pretty relevant. The Smashing Pumpkins. That's another band I'd like you to check out. They're from Chicago. They're local. Smashing Pumpkins. How about the Foo Fighters? Do you know the Foo Fighters? Dave Grohl.
Yes, okay. I've heard about them. Definitely.
One of my favorites. But I grew up, my mom and dad listened when I was growing up. We mainly listened to all Motown in my house. Motown, R&B. My dad's a huge Temptations fan. My mom and dad,
my dad
Lou
is
Rawls,
too.
Spinners, the Four Tops, like all that stuff I grew up with. So I love that stuff today even more. So I buy all that stuff on vinyl.
It's so crazy. I watched the Temptations movie so much.
Still haven't watched it yet. I saved it. Haven't watched it yet. No,
you got to.
I love the Temptations so much. I listened and I buy so much vinyl, and a lot of it's the old school
and the
stuff.
5 heartbeats, like them two just go correlation.
Yep. And another one of my favorites, Chicago. Do you know the band Chicago? They're a band with the horns section. They're really good.
I've heard of them. I think I've heard of them. Yeah.
Well, this is your homework now.
Yes.
As an instructor, I need to give you some homework.
Yes, you do. I'm fine with that.
And again, I'd like you to look into the catalog of Metallica, the Smashing Pumpkins, the Foo Fighters, the Temptations, and the band Chicago. And guess where they're from?
Here.
Yeah.
Of course.
You got that right.
Of course.
You passed.
Of course. First of all, we are talented here in Chicago. Let's get this straight.
Yeah. A lot of good bands and
a lot of talented
people
come from out of
actors and
Chicago.
actresses. Yeah. Do you know who is from like right across the street here?
Who?
In this area? One of the more famous actors in the world? Harrison Ford.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's from Park Ridge.
Wow.
Park Ridge is right outside our window, and Hillary Clinton is from Park Ridge
I
as
knew
well.
about that. I knew
So
about
just a little, give you a little tidbit of information that you can run with. Tell your friends on Facebook over there. So this was a really fun time tonight.
Yes,
Chelandra Foster.
Neil, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it
Me
so
too.
much.
And you can watch this over and over again on YouTube. Tell all your friends and family. It's been an honor. The Illinois Media School shining that star spotlight on Chelandra Foster. Tell them it's been a good show, right?
Thank you, guys. I do appreciate you.
We appreciate you as well. Nice to be with you tonight. It's us here signing off, Neil and Chelandra in the Sportstown Chicago studios. We are WCTR 107.5 Talk Radio with you. Have a wonderful night.
Bye-bye.
This is your home for sports. SportsTownChicago.com.
Joe's Hot Dogs has been around since 1953, but I promise it's not old news. You don't have to like hot dogs to like Joe's on Plainfield Road in Joliet. Italian beef, hot dogs, shakes, and sides. My family's had a relationship with Joe's Hot Dogs for 3 generations. Golden fries with a tad bit of salt and the perfect amount of crunch come in a bag as big as your hand. And that's just small. For more on the menu, visit joeshotdogsjoliet.com, bringing that classic Chicago flavor to the suburbs. That's Joe's Hot Dogs across from CVS on Plainfield Road in Joliet.
At the football game, Jim shows the telltale signs of being wasted. He starts flexing for the camera. He refers to his muscles as gunboats. He screams, "How's this for a halftime show?" Jim streaks the field.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many to drive. But what if you've had just one too many to drive? Never underestimate just a few. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, the Ad Council, and this station.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases.